energy weapons, I will fight for my family in the right way, and that's a peaceful way. It's always a peaceful way. So I'm not even capable of violence, and all this money's being spent on me because it's a false flag. They don't care that I'm not going to do violence. They just want to make it look like I am. And if they can connect us all with, Mr. Cosmo, may he rest in peace, and may may he rest. All of them. The innocent policemen. I think those policemen didn't have anything to do with his targeting, honestly. And may they rest in peace, definitely. May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. May every life lost because of this rest in peace. Because it's so horrible and confusing. And, I don't want to make that judgment for the afterlife. I want to say, may they all rest in peace. Yeah, that's right. Alright guys, I'm at 45, I'm going over 45 minutes here. I'm gonna have to do part 4, huh? Nah. Alright, I'll keep talking. I'll keep talking for like 10 minutes. What was that saying? Yeah, may they rest in peace, definitely. But what he did, is not the right thing. The New York Times really ripped us apart. And these DHS fusion centers, the people who work for them will connect that without the directed energy weapons. I know I've said that a million times, guys, but I really want to drill it in. I want to drill in that this isn't some simple one-to-one. People don't understand what's happening. It's creating a cycle of confusion. It's creating a cycle of fear. There's a one-light truck behind me. That kind of tan one. He's coming up right now. We'll get him right there. It's not a simple one-to-one. This is a very complicated battle. I'm not and I want to make this clear for the commenter, and he did take his comment back. He's like, I'm really feeling bad about that comment, because he was very angry, and I understand. He was like, you're saying all this stuff, the cops were innocent, and you're the P word, and, I understand people's anger, but I left a comment that neutralized that, even that. I was just like, well, wow, I totally disagree with you, but I don't know how to convince you. We'll just have to agree to disagree, because me and him have commented, I've responded to a lot of his comments, and I really just peace is the answer right here. We gotta get people aware, and I want to be clear. I just want to be very clear. I'm not talking about laying down for this. Do not make a mistake on that. I'm not some, I am a survivor. And I'm not, I don't want to, and there's a sheriff and police that I don't recognize what type of vehicles those are. I don't recognize the labels on them. One is very faded. It looks like maybe a police vehicle that was bought at an auction, and the other one, I don't recognize it from my city as my city police. But okay, I'm gonna try. I'm dropping my ego here, but I want to let you guys know I am a survivor. I had Crohn's disease since I was 10. I'm not trying to brag to you guys. I'm just trying to tell you who I am. I'm a survivor, and I'm clever. These people have hurt my brain and my spine so badly that sometimes I cannot think. But my intelligence does not come from book smarts or memory or remembering everything. I'm clever. And I want to tell you all that because I want you to know that they can't take that away, that it's very hard for them to take your cleverness away. So be clever. Be clever, and be a survivor. I know that we feel like, our memory's going, it's hurting, it hurts our, you read a book, you may not be able to remember as much, you may not be able to speak with the right words, you may forget words, and it makes you look unintelligent. If you think that's where your intelligence lies, it may kind of hurt your confidence level about dealing with this. But I'm telling you, there's a part of you that God gives you that's intelligent. It's clever. It's cleverness. Be clever. Be clever about this. Be resourceful. And be a survivor. And I'm telling you that those things, because I am those things, I've succeeded in this. No matter what happens, I will succeed in this because I will be clever, I will be resourceful, and I will be a survivor. And I will be as intelligent as I can be, but there's different kinds of intelligence. I just want to tell you. And I know a lot of people, when you have a job, you got to remember a lot of stuff. You got to be able to write the correct words if you're writing grants. I've had trouble with those things. I have to actually go. I'm going to go work on some grants today, and I'm kind of worried because I have to be on point, and I've got to say the right words to get people to give us grants. And those things, it worries me because I'm like, that's hard. But the thing that I'm not worried about is I'll always be clever. And that's not, I'm not trying to brag to you guys. I'm trying to tell you something that could be useful for you to realize about yourself. So be clever, be resourceful, and be a survivor. I want to make it clear that be assertive and aggressive. Just don't be violent. Don't be angry. Don't be negative. You can be assertive and be very positive about it. You can be assertive and be positive about your life, that you're doing the right thing, and that's important. I kind of there's some TIs that they go into spiritual things that as a very logical mind, and I do have spirituality. Don't get it wrong, but they go into a lot of spiritual things about your energy being positive, being very positive, because if you go to a low frequency, what these people are doing can really hurt you a lot more. And I kind of blew it off at first. I was like, we gotta physically, get these weapons away from these people. We gotta, we gotta do activism, and that's important. Who cares if you're mad or not? Those people are right. Be assertive and be aggressive in a positive way. It must be like that. It must be like that because all of this, what's going on, feeds off of negativity. It feeds off of lower frequencies. It feeds off of higher frequencies, really, but it feeds off making those higher frequencies lower. And that's just a fact. And people who are very spiritual, who are TIs, they go on about this. These two cops coming out of two different streets right here. There's one and then two. And they're coming out of the two different streets right there. That's called gang stalking right there. But they say, so y'all see here, it is it's so heavy, guys. I know I'm not gonna do anything wrong. I know that, but I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna try and remain positive. The guy who's doing this to me is so dangerous. Like, if you heard my V2K, I mean, he's trying to act like he's a hero doing this. And I've heard that, and there's a one-light truck across the way. I've heard other target individuals, say that their targeters are very mean to them, and they just, say evil things, and they're not really. This guy is really trying to torture and destroy my family. He's trying to make me look like the bad guy with all this advanced technology, screwing around with my mind, and he's trying to look like a hero doing this. So I'm kind of, that scares me a lot. It may be part of my protocol because I'm always trying to be the good guy, And so he's going to try and look like he's the good guy, and it, bother me with it. It may be a type of psychological torture, protocol for him to use. I'm not sure, but it is very scary sometimes. I'm going to admit it, because I do believe there's a lot of false flags that have happened in our society, on a bigger level, and then I believe that it's kind of a philosophy that is, kind of entered in and left its stink. It's leaving a stink, and it's spreading. This philosophy is do whatever you want, as long as you can make it look like it's good, then you're the good guy. As long as you're making money flow, innocent lives don't matter. I reject that entirely, and I will die, fighting against that. That's who I am. It's where I'm from. My grandparents taught me that. My dad taught me that. My mom taught me that. If my parents knew what was going on, and they knew how big this was, first of all they'd say get away from it, and then I'd say I can't get away from it, and then they'd say okay, fight it if they knew what was going on. They would support me. It's kind of sad. But I'm gonna try and just breathe deep. I got a real bad guy, and it kind of worked on both levels. It was like he's a really bad guy with a lot of connections, and then I'm getting out there a lot with my videos and trying to do a lot of other stuff. I have a lot of other plans for activism, peaceful activism that will involve the police. I want to involve them, and there's a one-light car behind me, another one. There's another one. Can you see it? It's kind of, I'll let him drive up with one running light. Look at this, non-TIs, and just look at it, and please research. This is right in your face, so do not call us conspiratards. Please question the reality that is presented on mainstream news. Please question the reality of what you think is going on in society, because a lot of people are being tortured, and it's a slow roll. It's very painful, and a lot of people are losing their lives. They're either committing suicide or they're being killed by this stuff. Or something like what happened with Cosmo happens. Please, please look this stuff up. Please look up target individuals. Please look up organized gang stalking. Please learn as much as you can and help if you can, because we need help. The TI community needs help. This stuff is horrible, and the more that these guys can get away with, I guess I'll leave y'all with that. I'm coming up on an hour. Bill Cooper said it. He said, the more that we don't say no, the more that we just let it happen, the more that they'll do. They won't stop. If we don't say no as a people, then and they get away with this stuff, the more they're going to try and get away with. They'll just keep going. They'll just keep going to the dark protocol. Just keep going into it. And I'm not just talking about this program. I'm talking about every draconian program that is starting to rear its ugly head. This one's been around for a while. It kind of busted loose, I think, in the 2000s. Like busting loose. I think, was that Eddie Murphy was in that? All right, guys. I don't know if Eddie Murphy busting loose. I don't even know if that's a movie, really. I'll leave y'all with that joke. And also, please, God bless you and your families at this time in your life. Please, I'm just gonna say a prayer that God blesses you, while you're dealing with all this stuff as target individuals. So God bless you and your families, and just just hope and love, peace and love to you guys. All right, Vulcan Wolverine out.